Hi there. Hope everybody's doing okay in the pandemic. I have found that usually I don't have enough time in life, and all of a sudden I have more time than I know what to do with, and still it's hard to stay a little organized or to stay organized with it. Anyways, though, earlier today I was having virtual coffee and lunch with my sister and nieces and this other person that I know. And they were talking about this giraffe painting, and one of them said that they wanted one or they wanted to have a lesson. So I thought we should do that, but I didn't have any canvas on hand. So I was thinking about this interview that I did before with Tarana Burke, and she talks about taking what you have and making what you need. And I thought the most resourceful thing to do would be to find a painting that could get repurposed. And I am going to make a giraffe with that painting. Now, ironically, the painting is a giraffe, but he will still be a giraffe, just in a new iteration of it. So here we go. Here's the paint that I was able to find that we had on hand, because I think paints and stuff are non-essential items, so those kind of stores are not open. Let's see what we've got here. I've got like a reddish pink right here that is halfway on my hand, and I might have a green, or maybe not, we'll see. Oh no, I've definitely got green, okay. And I have orange, I think. But the orange is strikingly similar to the red. And let's see what we've got for yellow. We'll start with these colors. Ideally, I would have more options, but that's okay. We are going to use these. Ideally, I would have some blue, so I'm going to actually make some blue right now. And to make blue, you're going to take some green and yellow and mix it together. Now, really, you'd want to have a whole bunch of paintbrushes, but here's what my paint palette looks like. Okay, and since I don't have a whole bunch of paintbrushes, by the way, I have a paper towel ready. I am just going to use not toothbrushes, although you probably could use an old toothbrush if you had to for this project, in the spirit of resourcefulness. Anyways, so I am going, and you also need to have some water so you can rinse your brush. So here's a water cup designed by Espy and Delilah. We don't drink out of it anymore, by the way. That's why I'm using it for acrylic paint. Okay, so let's begin by giving this a background. So here is the giraffe currently. Let's see if we can put the giraffe in the frame. Okay, it's not quite there. It's almost in the frame. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to add some color to this giraffe. He has had a good life and he's ready for a change. Sometimes we have to change things in life. I actually wasn't planning on a green background, but it looks like that's what I'm going to have because I have green on my brush. So what you're going to do is you're just going to mix the background. You don't need too much color. You can just take a little bit and mix it. And you can really use any color you want for the background. I'm going to throw some yellow in here. We are going to reincarnate this giraffe. Ava and Ella, I hope you guys are working on this too with me, and you can show me what your giraffe will look like after the fact, because I would love to see. Okay. Put it in the water one more time here. So it's up to you. You can make it, you can keep it like one solid color like this. Or if you'd like something a little bit more eclectic, you can throw some different colors into the background because it can be really fun to mix colors. I'm just going to throw some red in here. And I'm going to start with that. And thin it out. Yeah, so this is a really simple kind of a background, but you could make it multi-tiered. You could add other colors. I might experiment with a little bit of dark green just for fun. This is actually really therapeutic. I could probably mix colors all day long and be super happy about it. It's a good stress reliever. Okay, then we're going to take our brush, put it in the water, and we are going to make a shape. Usually I would like to use black for this part, but I don't have black. So I am going to use green right now, the darkest color. Just put a little bit on a small brush. If you don't have a small brush, you could be resourceful. You could use what could you use? You could use a toothbrush. A Q-tip would probably work really well. So I'm going to do almost like a heart. This is literally painting for everybody. Everybody could do this. I promise. And then I am going to make the mouth underneath it. So I'm going to make it, let me not be in front of my screen. I'm going to make it come out a little bit and go down like this. I know, right? It looks like a kindergartner's doing it, but I promise you it will be okay. Okay. And then I'm going to make another one underneath. Okay. And then up at the top, where we've got this little area coming down, I'm going to put a little line here. And I'm going to make 2 horns. I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do it. It's not very difficult. You can make people think it is, but it's really just not. Okay? I know it's not quite looking like a giraffe yet, but give me a little bit more time. Here's what it looks like so far. And then my next step, I'm going to make the giraffe's neck. So for this particular giraffe, I am going to start, actually I'm rethinking this. Do I want to make the neck yet? I think maybe I do. Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to do some detailing. So I'm going to take the heart and smooth it out so it looks less like a heart. Okay. There we go. And then the nose, we're going to make more like a heart. I like to just make a heart right here. I like hearts. Hearts are a sign of love. I think this is a time where people need to be reminded about love and remember to keep hope. Now this nose is a little lopsided, so I'm going to fix it. Well, we don't do if we make a mistake is we don't say that we made a mistake and now we're going to throw away our painting. No, we're going to fix it. That's what art is supposed to be. It's a process. Okay. And then, so that's the nose. Trust me, it's going to become more and more giraffe-like in a moment. So now we're getting the shape down a little bit better here. And then I'm going to do the front of the neck. Can everybody see it so far? Okay. So the front of the neck is going to start, I'm trying to decide, I'm looking at my other giraffe, by the way, for reference. I'm going to start it about right here and work its way down. And then on the other side, I am going to make the actual neckline. Okay, so you're going to go from here down. Okay? And guess what? You can fix it as you go. I just want to give the giraffe a little bit of definition already, so I'm starting there. I think I'm actually going to make his neck come down a little further. My giraffe is looking a little bit like he hasn't eaten enough. So let me fix that. We don't want to have a hungry giraffe. Okay, there you go. There's the basic shape of the giraffe. Now, this is a bummer to have to make the eyes with green. Oh, you know what? I might be lucky. I might have found purple paint, which I did. Oh my God, this is an absolute gift. See, purple paint. I'm gonna go ahead and make the eyes purple. You'll notice that I started right at the side of the giraffe to make the eye. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So just kind of feel your way over. Okay. And my giraffe wants to be a little bit more wide-eyed than he or she is, so I'm going to make the eyes a little bit bigger. Okay. Now you'll notice my eyes are a little bit lopsided, or perhaps my giraffe looks like it has a little bit of an issue with its eyes, so I'm just going to fix that a little bit. Okay. And my next step, before I go any further, is going to be to add some ears. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch back to green just to make the shape. Purple will be, I'll use purple instead of black today. You can do that with abstract art. You can use any color you want. Okay. So you're going to make just kind of a basic triangle shape on each side. Okay, see? You can make it a little bigger. I'm noticing my giraffe looks a little bit like he could also be a cow. But let's see what we can do about that. Cows are cool too, if yours comes out to look like a cow. And then we're going to just add some definition. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to make some spots on him. And they don't have to be perfect at all. You can just kind of make some rough outline about what it might look like, where his spots might be. what colors they might be. Map them out. And you can change your mind as you go. And don't worry about the colors bleeding. Oh, you can't see. When we're done, we'll go over them with a variety of colors. I'm going to use some red over here. Just going to be not going to put it all the way to the edges, just going to fill some in the middle. Maybe I'll put a few other red splotches while I've got the red out. Okay. I wonder what color you're using over here. Are you using red? Or could you be using purple? Let's say that I wanted to use purple. Well, I've got purple. Another thing I could do would be to take purple and yellow, mix it together. That will give me a different shade. Like a darker grayish purple. I'm going to try that one out. What do I want to do for colors? I'm going to put a little bit of this one right here. And maybe I'll make another splash over here. And another one down here. Ava and Ella, I seriously hope you guys are doing this with me. Ava and Ella are my nieces. They're so cool. And I miss them. I miss my own kids too, but I'll see them tomorrow. So I'm going to put some colors up here on this guy. I still have some of this weird gray color left, so I'm going to throw that up here. And then I'm going to mix in some other stuff. Just get to play with colors right now. Let's try a little red. I do recommend maybe cleaning out your brush more than I am right now. You can put a base color on him too if you want to. This guy has, I mean, I guess the whole thing is green as the base color, but you can also change that. See, and as you fill in the different colors, you'll start to get rid of the lines from the original drawing. Some of them will have to redraw just to give him shape. And you just keep having fun. Let's see, we'll do some more dark. We'll do a dark color down here. Okay, and then I am going to throw in some, what color should I use next? I think I'm going to do yellow. Let's put some yellow on here. I have to make it kind of thick because the underneath part is green. So I'm just going to throw some color right in here. Okay. Actually, isn't that funny? The last color, I almost forgot to use yellow at all on my giraffe. If you see a giraffe in the zoo, I guess yellow should have been one of the first colors I would have thought about. But that's what's fun about this. You don't have to do it any particular way. You can just have fun with it. Okay. Actually, I should call and get my niece on the phone so they could do this with me on Zoom. That would be fun. I should say nieces. Okay, I'm gonna, all of a sudden I'm using more yellow than I planned on, but that's kind of fun. Okay. And then I need to decide what the main color is going to be, which I have not done yet. I think I'm going to throw some purple down here. I really like this color. I'm gravitating toward it today. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. Now what I'm going to do right now is just blend a little bit. Blend the colors. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just think it can be kind of fun to do that. Oopsie, I covered up the nose, so I'm going to come back and do that later. We can add the nose the very last thing if we want to. Okay. And then now I want to just add some colors that I'm not going to blend in so much. See? I'm going to just put them on here really lightly. Let the background absorb it a little bit. Throw in a little bit of red. And then gently, gently, gently add the colors. Add the texture. Okay. Now I am going to, I feel like I'd like a little bit of red in this hair that this giraffe has. So all I'm doing is touching the paint and then dabbing it, dab, 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 all the way up. There we go. And I'm going to take my smaller brush just to add a little bit of definition. Okay. Okay. Let me add a little bit more purple. I really am feeling the need to have purple today. Purple, blue, whatever color this is coming out to be. My giraffe wants to have many colors. I think he also wants a little bit more of this color down here, a brighter color. I'm just going to texture it in here. Okay. And I'll probably decide to change more of it later, because that's what we get to do. Okay. Now, this giraffe is going to need a little definition around the nose area. So let me do that. We're going to go like this first. Okay. Just a circle here. And then you could make the nose a very simple circle if that's what you wanted to do. But as I mentioned, I have a thing for hearts. So my giraffe is going to have a heart on the nose. Okay. So just try to eye up the middle of the eyes. And then you can make your nose in the way that you would like. It could be a shape that you like. It can be a simple circle. Here's my heart, which is it's struggling a little bit to hold its form because there's so many layers of paint on here. But it will work. There we go. Okay. So now I basically have the painting done. I'm just going to add a few other details. My giraffe wants a little bit of definition around its eyes. And then he's going to want some blending of these colors so they don't distract. So I'm going to do that only on one side. It's art, remember? It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's abstract. And then my next step is that I'm going to I am going to outline the entire giraffe. See, and you could use black. If you didn't have all these colors, you could do the same project with markers. You could try watercolor. The beautiful thing, though, during this pandemic is that places like CVS or Walgreens, or if you're stuck in Whitehall, Wisconsin, probably the Dollar Tree, those places are probably still open, and they usually have some kind of paint. So you could probably get away with that. Most people they're just interested in buying toilet paper right now. So you probably won't have too hard of a problem finding some paint if you wanted to try a painting. And you can do so for a fairly inexpensive price. Remember, if you don't have an easel, or you don't have I'm using my daughter's preschool easel, so that will work. If you don't have a painting, maybe you can ask your mom. Maybe she has an old painting that she doesn't want anymore, and you can repurpose it. There's just so many possibilities. Okay, so I'm just going to outline this, and I want to create I'm going to add a little bit more purple, because my purple is going to be my outlining color, and I'm going to just make boxes around all these pretty colors, kind of connecting the dots a little bit. There we go. And they're not supposed to be perfect. Have you ever seen a giraffe with like perfect lines between it? I doubt it. I would be super surprised. Okay. Okay, so there's the start of it. And now my giraffe is a little bit vain. She really cares about what actually, hold on. She's also kind of upset with me because I made part of her eye disappear, so let me go ahead and fix that. See, this is what you do. When you make a mistake, you just go back and touch it up a little bit. Art is like life. It's always evolving. And we're never probably going to be satisfied with it, which is kind of like writing, too. Okay, so my giraffe, she likes to have eyelashes. So I'm going to just draw some of those. See, she's very wide-eyed. And her eyelashes are even getting a little bit of yellow in them. That was not my plan, but that's okay. I bet none of this was most of our plans, the way our lives are currently looking. So it's okay. We just are making do with what we have. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm not all the way happy with these eyelashes. I think this brush is a little too big for what I want to do. So if that happens for you, you could actually go over them a little bit more and shrink them that way. And then you could use the back of your brush, the teeny tiny little piece. And just, there we go. That feels better to me. Make tiny, tiny little, like almost pencil-like marks. Okay. And then I am going to, I think my giraffe would like to have a sparkle in the eye. So I'm going to do that. We're going to make two little dots. Right here and here. There you go. And what else do we need to add? A few more details, and then we'll be set to go. Okay. I'm going to make the inner part of the ears. So quiet without music. I've got you can hear my clock ticking. That is strange. I'm going to make them kind of just blend into the background real slowly. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead and outline all of this down here. And I'm going to make a couple of little marks for some definition. Okay. Lastly, just because times are rough, my giraffe would like to hold a flower. So I'm going to go ahead and make a stem here. And it's going to come all the way over here. And then I'm going to make some, you could do this any way you want. Your flower can look any way that feels good to you. Mine is just kind of drooping right here. And guess what? I'm feeling purple. Are you surprised? Okay. But I think I might do a multicolored thing this time. I'm going to do a little bit of green on a few of the petals. Okay. And then I'm going to do this color. We'll throw in some green again. And then I'm going to highlight this part in green just to change it up a little bit. Also highlighting the stem in green, but not changing the color. It's still got blue and purple in it. And make a leaf to go with it. And I'm going to make one more, just for some, not quite symmetry, but just for effect. Okay, there we go. And now I'm feeling like my flower, at last, it does need to be brightened up a little bit. So I don't know if you can quite see my flower. So I'm going to adjust this. Okay, here we go. We'll just brighten it up, make it look a little bit more springy. A little bit more definition. Yeah, that's going to do it. Okay. So you can always continue to tweak it, but this will give you the general idea. And then you finish by doing your signature. So I do this weird thing where I like to write my name in Japanese. So I do that on the bottom. You can do whatever suits you. But here you go. Now you have a painting that you can share. Thanks for hanging out with me, and show me your painting soon. Bye.